The View host, Meghan McCain, is demanding you take her seriously. Take a look.
The other thing I would like to make clear is, I come here every day trying to show a different perspective. And I understand every day that I walk into this building, and basically when I walk out of my apartment, it's an unpopular one. But I do think it's important to know what's going on in Montoursville, Pennsylvania, and why 4,000 or 9,000, extra people outside of that city would travel to see him. He's still incredibly popular in states where it matters.
Yes,
and I'm trying to give you a warning shot
I get
of
that,
how
but
you
that's
can blow
not,
this.
But that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about.
No, he just had to end it with Whoopi because like she has a little sense, you know what I mean? But so that's not even how this all started. I just wanted to set the tone for you. Okay, so this conversation actually started. The hosts were having a conversation about Don McGahn and his no-show, regarding his congressional subpoena. McCain actually took offense when Joy Behar joked that Republicans taking Trump's side should be jailed. She called Behar's words dangerous. And now in her effort to pretend that she truly believed Joy Behar wanted all of these people to just go to jail. Followers, everybody, Republicans in general, just go to jail. Her effort to make the audience believe that she felt that was serious, it backfired.
You're saying to the American public that all Republicans holding office should be in jail. So I want to know.
Well, that was what you call hyperbole.
I know, but I think that it's dangerous.
That's what it sounded like to me.
It's hyperbole.
Well, it doesn't sound that way to the Republican at the table, for whatever it's worth. It sounds a little aggressive. And I think part of the problem is there were 10,000 people at Trump's rally in Montoursville, Pennsylvania last night, which, by the way, that population only has 4,770 people.
Also, he imported people for the rally then. How did he get 10,000 with a population of 4,000?
I'm sure people drove there.
Oh.
And,
maybe bust them in. Imports.
Fine.
Oh, that is so amazing. Look, in all seriousness, it is important to have varying perspectives because this is a show that's supposed to understand the pulse of America, that's supposed to represent different ideas and different components of our political discourse. But the problem with Meghan McCain is that she doesn't seem to have any curiosity about the issues that she discusses. And the way that she makes her points makes it abundantly clear that she's not actually knowledgeable enough to come up with a real point. And so most of what she says on the show is, I'm John McCain's daughter, so I know this person and I know that person. This person's my best friend, this person's my good friend. I would do anything for that person, but I don't care about your friends. I wanna know, is there any analysis behind what you're saying? Is there any real rational thought or a unique opinion? And usually there isn't. And even if you watch those videos, most of the time she's looking down at her card and she's reading word for word what producers put on those cards for her. So the reason, and then she gets defensive when people disagree with her. So that's the reason why I think she gets the type of feedback she gets both on that panel and also from the public.
And no one is perfect and no one is expecting her to be perfect, but part of the issue and why it's so hard for people to watch is that it's not just someone who has a difference in opinion. She comes off disingenuous very often, and she has lied multiple times on the show. She was the first time I heard infanticide. You know what I mean? She has lied multiple times on the show, and she comes off so hateful and disrespectful to her colleagues. So it's not about disagreeing. The issue, a lot of it is really about her smacking her lips while Whoopi Goldberg that is Whoopi Goldberg, okay?
Right. It's funny because you just reminded me of something. Every once in a while, Jake and I have disagreements.
Yeah.
We also have a very good relationship where we can play around with each other, tease each other, whatever. And sometimes when we're kind of fake arguing, right? I'll roll my eyes at him. And one time one of our viewers wrote back to me and said something about how it's disrespectful, this and that. But in our situation, we respect each other and we like each other, and it was done in a joking way. With Meghan McCain, it's a daily thing and it's not done in a joking way. It's done because she disagrees and she wants to be very openly disrespectful toward the person she's disagreeing with. When Jake and I have real disagreements, I don't I don't do that. I'll hit him back with my perspective, which I've actually read and researched about. I'm not going off of talking points that a producer prepared for me.
She just even in that statement, like just acting like such the victim. I come out of my apartment every day and I do this as if like she's not getting paid more than $1 million a year to be on a television show, and that's a privilege and a blessing.
She's a real martyr. Come on.
Right, you sat on this television show, and as you're talking about how hard it is and how everyone's coming down on you, come out of your apartment every day to fight the good fight. You sat on national television and perpetuated the stereotype of the scary Black Muslim woman, and cried doing so, and has refused on multiple outlets to acknowledge that and apologize.
And you also just brazenly lie about your real position on reproductive rights, which infuriates me more than anything, because as I've said before on this show, what you're doing publicly advocates for something that you don't agree with privately, but also really does harm the lives of so many women, many of whom are not wealthy, many of whom are not white and privileged, many of whom are already in a lower socioeconomic status and are gonna be harmed even further by being forced to have children that they can't afford. Right, but you don't care. I mean,
that's not what this is about.
Yeah, conservative brownie points are much more important to her, and appealing to certain people is much more important to her. No, why don't you be true to yourself and be abundantly clear about what you really think about reproductive rights? I think if you want to be a real hero, which she's trying to make herself out to be in these segments, it would be heroic to go against the grain of this Republican Party and tell the truth about what women are really gonna go through.
I mean, if Tomi Lahren can be honest,
I know, it's amazing.
I guess you're not gonna lose your job.
Yeah.
She's
the heel of that show. Of course she's not gonna lose the job. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the most entertaining part to watch the really great arguments made by people like Sunny Hostin, Joy Behar, they've actually sat and thought about these issues, and then just watching the way that they juggle her nonsensical points and her meltdowns. That's the entertaining part.
I don't care what she says. It's Whoopi Goldberg. She could just sit there and I would be like, yeah, it's a great show. It's Whoopi Goldberg. Like, what?
On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.